A couple days ago, the YouTube channel Behind Veils published a video exposing what they claim to be a deception by Mohammed Hijab. The central claim of the video is that Hijab entered into a secret marriage with a woman referred to as Aisha here, but failed to fulfill his obligations in the relationship. Aisha has now come forward to share her side of the story.
This is the story of my marriage to Mohammed Hijab and how his actions that he claimed are permissible by Allah have completely destroyed my life. I'm coming from a religious family. My father is part of the da'wah himself, organized da'wah work. I was part of an organized da'wah group in my own country growing up since I was a teenager.
Apparently, both of them are passionate about dawah and met through a dawah project arranged for them by an institute.
Asked me a few questions about myself, if I was married. Told him I was going through a divorce. So he told me that he worked for an Islamic council at the time. He gave me his contact details and told me to contact him if I needed help. He knew all the details about that case, and he was helping me throughout the whole process. Fast forward, he started giving me hints that he's interested in getting married to me. Formally, he told me, would you like him to consider me as a husband?
Oh, what a joyful day it must have been for her. But then came the twist.
He told me it's going to be polygyny. At that stage in my life, I wasn't ready for polygyny. When he proposed to me, he told me it's polygyny. I asked him to give me some time to pray istikhara. I wasn't sure. But when I thought about it, I thought he's a good man. I think from what I see and from how the scholars are praising him, he is going to be capable of taking care of a big family. He is qawwam, he is a guardian, he is knowledgeable, he is religious, he is pious, and he is praiseworthy.
One thing this woman didn't account for is the current poor state of the ummah. Scholars and leaders tend to elevate anyone who appears strong and humiliating opponents, making them representatives to keep the image of ummah.
Further to that, he was pushing the idea and reassuring me that I'm going to be very happy with him. And we have the same ambition, the same lifestyle, the same priorities in life. All of a sudden, he stopped everything. He said, I think the best thing for me to do for you right now is that I wouldn't go ahead with this marriage. I was confused, especially after he opened up about his feelings. He spoke to my father. He's been pushing the idea forward. I had feelings for him too. I tried to get explanations from him, but he didn't give me any reply. So we stopped contact.
But after about 8 months, Mohammed Hijab returned, ready to marry the woman he had once promised to.
He apologized and said, I couldn't go ahead with the marriage last time because I had personal reasons. I am back, I am here now. Let's go ahead with this. I am ready. Don't worry, we're going to go ahead with this time. Let's just make things quick. And he was rushing up the process. Obviously, I told him you have to talk to my father again. He said, I am not ready. I'm not able to go and meet your dad in person for personal reasons. He promised that he's going to be meeting my family later. My dad gave me the permission to go ahead with the marriage. After we consummated the nikah, Mohammed Hijab kept on reassuring me, told me, look, I am here for this. I'm going to preserve this family.
It seemed like a happy ending. The woman longed for a family and a fulfilling life for herself and her daughter, and she ended up with one of the most pious men in the country, a man she deeply trusted as her husband, and consummated the marriage. But that wasn't the end.
Gradually, the new rules showed. He's not going to speak to my family, ever, because he's Islamically not obliged to, he said. It's not necessary, it's going to give us more freedom, and he worked on convincing me of that opinion, Islamic opinion. I actually didn't even have to let them know that we did go ahead with the marriage, and that way we're going to have more freedom. Then he told me, look, let's just book a flight and go out of the country and just forget about that. Let's just have a good free life. And you're not going to have to explain yourself to anyone. Most of the marriages break because of the in-laws. Let's just not add more in-laws in the picture.
Blah, blah, blah. The real reason Mohammed Hijab asked her not to tell her father was because he was looking for a marriage just for sex, something like a hotel marriage or muta marriage. And he assured her it was all 24-karat halal.
After the nikah, Mohammed Hijab wanted a sex marriage. He wanted a hotel marriage. We're going to have like a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Don't worry, it's halal. We're married now. He wasn't asking about my rent, my provision. He never asked about those and never offered to pay for them. I told him, my father is going to ask me now if we did go ahead with the marriage. I have to give him a reply. He told me, just lie. Delay it. Tell him we didn't go ahead with it yet. You are going to get used to the situation. It's halal. There is nothing wrong with it. Why are you making things difficult? Don't worry, I'm going to try not to get you pregnant. This is a real relationship. I'm going to keep this like this for the rest of our life.
Keep in mind, she had been promised a perfect life, a stable home for herself and her daughter. But instead, she was handed this. So she asked him if this was just a temporary arrangement.
I told him, are you going to change this for what you promised me at a later time? He said, no, this arrangement works the best for me, and I have no intention of changing it. As soon as he said that, I asked for divorce. I asked for divorce, and he gave it to me. And he was very angry. He said, why are you refusing something that is halal? This is misyar. Why are you not accepting it? He was very angry. He said, what am I going to tell my friends now? And I was confused. You have completely destroyed my life. After we argued a lot after our divorce, he told me, look, I can take you back if you want to accept what I asked from you. I said, obviously, I will never accept something like that. I couldn't even believe that he was asking me something like that at all. I was sick. In our final interaction, he was like, look, that arrangement of meeting in hotels is what I was looking for. And I thought you are the best suitor for that kind of marriage. It is halal. And that's the only arrangement that works for me. And I'm really sorry, but that's all what I wanted. And all of these things were mentioned after he got married to me.
When she began to feel the toll on her mental health, she reached out to a sheikh for guidance, hoping to understand clearly what had happened. But Muhammad Hijab's reaction to that was unhinged, to say the least.
My trauma did grow even bigger because Muhammad Hijab's reaction to that was crazy. He started threatening me as well, to silence me openly. He was like, listen, if you're going to expose this, I can get away with it. I can say anything as an excuse. And you're not going to get nothing from that. No one is going to have pity on you. Women will not. Men will not. I can give any excuse. I can tell them I was sexually not satisfied. In fact, I don't even have to give any excuse whatsoever. I gave you a mahr. There were 2 witnesses. That's it. Done. It was sealed. I'm safe.
Imagine the shock and trauma of hearing such words from someone you once believed to be the most pious man in the country, a man you trusted with your life, your future, and your child's well-being.
So he followed a list of Islamic rulings, as he claims, and nothing of what he did was actually haram. It's Islamically all right to give false promises to a woman you intend to get married to. You're Islamically not obliged to fulfill those promises. You are not obliged Islamically to speak to your in-laws. You don't even have to ask for their blessings after the nikah and congratulations. It's Islamically okay to live in a hotel. The husband can go to wherever he wants with his wife. He's not obliged to pay for anything. He's not obliged to provide because I didn't need provision. It's Islamically okay not to have kids. The Sahaba used to avoid having kids. It's Islamically okay to keep everything secret to preserve the marriage, even if you are to show up in the hotel separately and come out from it separately.
Sadly, it was all halal. The sheikhs she reached out to for guidance confirmed it. According to them, hijab was in the right.
Some of them said he is right. All of these things are halal, as long as the 4 pillars of nikah were met. You can't know what his intention is, but his intention is actually very clear. This is a no-string marriage. He said that with the intention of divorce and through deception, because actually a man is not obliged to Islamically fulfill his promises.
This deception might only come as a surprise if you haven't heard Muhammad Hijab speak on the matter before. Here he is in conversation with Ali Dawa, openly discussing how it's acceptable to have a secret wife.
You can lie to your spouse.
So can they lie in the context of, for example, if one says, I sense that you've got a second wife, can he say, no, I don't?
Yes, you can. You can say that.
You can say that.
Yes, I personally believe this is. The Prophet said you can do it.
White lies?
It doesn't have to be white. It can be black lies.
Or she just asks him, where were you last night?
Yeah, but even that, he can lie. The man can do it. It's up to the man. Islamically, there is no problem in a man getting married to another woman in Misyar without the first wife's knowledge.
I was harmed. My life was harmed. He completely destroyed me and he was proud of it. I do ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be the judge. I am never going to forgive you. أقسم لك بالله يمينا يا محمد يا حجاب. أقسم لك بالله يمينا. Wallahi, because I know that I'm talking about it is the truth. And I'm going to tell you this. I am here. Come and face me. I am ready to come out for mubahala. أفسدت علي دنياي وأفسدت عليك آخرتك.
Mubahala refers to a formal invocation of Allah's curse upon the liars in a religious dispute. Both parties come together and pray, asking Allah to curse and punish the one who is lying. A very serious invocation and not taken lightly. When the people from behind veils reached out to Muhammad Hijab for comment, he denied everything and implied that if the woman went public, he would release a shocking archive of her messages. Yes, the old trick of blackmailing. We'll have to see if that'll work.